trying to introduce and promote Bangladesh IT industry to Asia, America, and Europe. He will provide the key speech. Let's welcome him, Mr. JM Akbar, founder of BJIT Group.
Japan 日本からお越しいただいている皆様、ようこそバングラデシュへ。Maybe some problem?
May I please? Is there any HDMI option here? Oh shit.
Yes, it's okay. Maybe なんか拡張とか複製とかの直すかな。直せば。
これ
Can you connect direct? No, no. There is no busy connection here. What you can do, you can pass me the presentation to my pen drive and I can run it from there. Do you have this presentation here?
Yes, yes.
Okay, then run it from this.
これで。コネクションが。Akbarさんですか。お願いします。
これでいきますか。
来ましたね。で、これ。来ました。
ようこそバングラデシュへ。多分日本から来られてる、会社の数ですね。日本人では、バングラデシュ初じゃないかなと思います。本当に、心から感謝を申し上げます。今日ですね、Today my topic is opportunities of Bangladesh and Japan, IT. As Mehedi introduced me, I'm from software industry. I don't have too much knowledge about other industry because I'm working for the software industry for a long time, especially with Japan. So I was trying to make a presentation from my experience that how I can explore my ideas and something maybe the business model between Bangladesh and Japan we can explore from now. Hello. First of all, maybe you know about the world IT service market size. Last year, as I know, it was $4 trillion US, and this year estimated about $5 trillion US. So this is the real size. USA have GAFA, and they have 35% share, and I think Europe and UK they have around 20% share, over than 20%, and Japan they have 7% share, which is a huge amount of market is $350 billion US. So this is estimated this year, and Nowadays, just a moment, please. So, Japan, $350 billion opportunity have, but some challenges facing, which is, some of you maybe already knows that the population of Japan is reducing, and there is a huge shortage of engineer, especially for the new platform. And then there is some lacking of the global skill, like Japanese people. Some of them they're really good in English, but a lot of people, they have kind of weakness for English. And compared with US and European Union, I think Japan also have less outsourcing experience. So this the four challenges area Japan need to recovery from now to keep this IT service share and the market of the world. And from my experience about Bangladesh, we have a huge population, have 160 million people, and the average age of our nation is 23 years. A lot of young generation and power we have, and availability of engineer. As I know, we have 130 university and have 500 college under national university. So computer science, mechanical engineer, physics, mathematics. Every year, 100,000 engineers are graduating every year. So we have a lot of engineers in Bangladesh, and high English skill. Maybe some of you already knows that TOEIC, Bangladesh become #1 in the world at 2013. Still, we have very nice score in English. And outsourcing capability, I'm not talking about IT industry, but our garments industry. We have a very nice, very good experience on outsourcing in garment industry. And of course, in software industry also, we are having good experience for outsourcing. So I can say that Japan have a demand. It means shortage of engineer, and then there is some lacking of English skill. But Bangladesh, we have a lot of engineers, and then we know English. So to me, it looks like nice and best business matching between Japan and Bangladesh. So my understanding, Japan, outsourcing destination of Japan is, I'm talking about not only software. What I studied that computer, Japan, work very closely as a partner, Taiwan, and Taiwan, they becomes very in Japan. First 3 years almost, we didn't have any projects because 2-3 years we just learned the quality. Nowadays we know, what is Japanese quality, and this is also helping us to expand our business. Number 3, I think if we can study Japanese language and Japanese business culture, which Japanese government also helping us and funding us, this is also, I think, this will help us to expand our business with Japan. And Japanese people, from my experience, they looks like little, what can I say? They're not too much, they don't look like too much warm or what, but they are very good, you know. So respect the relationship with people. If you help them, they will help you. Is in English is give and take. If you help one, maybe they will help you too. So it's like one deal business, just on projects and make profit. It will not. It's not good for Japanese business. If you want to work with Japanese company, you have to make a long plan and you have to help them, support them. Then you have opportunity to continue the business. Which area of Japan now have shortage of engineer? From our sales data, I am providing this. We have big sales team and we are working with Japanese company. So I think fintech area, this is very, very. Japan have a lot of shortage of engineers. Also AI. AI also nowadays is getting very popular, and Japan don't have engineer. And industrial IoT and robotics. These two areas also nowadays have shortage of engineers. And enterprise Java, cloud computing, SAP, Salesforce. If this new platform we can prepare engineer, we can train up them, I'm sure we have a huge opportunity to win more projects from Japan. I hope our engineers, they are very talented and they already have the basic foundation from university. So these things are new technology. Maybe they didn't have opportunity to learn in university, but they just brush up them, or we can prepare some training that they will be able to work for this new platform. This is India IT export record. 2020 India export was only $4 billion. And then last year, India announced that their export was $120 billion. It means only 18 years, their export expand 30 times. It is a huge, huge success story of India. And this is Wipro, one of a good company in India. I also like this company. So you can see their data, they start from 1981. And then it's like they took 15 years to 20 years to make the foundation. And they grow like this. And of course, now they have 3 lakh employees. I'm not advertising my company, but what I'm looking at, this is my company data. I start from 2001 with 10 engineers. Now I have 600, and I hope next year I can be 1,000. So I can see that same things is happening in Bangladesh. It's not only my company, like DataSoft and lot of software company I know, they're growing like us. So I can see the same kind of success stories is coming to us if we can prepare ourselves. Mission Impossible, my favorite movie is Mission Impossible, but I love the word Mission Possible. So I think next 10 years, I can see that if we can prepare ourselves, we can learn new technology. Next 10 years, IT export will touch $20 billion. This is, I can say. And at least there will be 10 IT company 10 IT company will grow with 10,000 plus employee. India now have 200 company who have over than 10,000 employee. I believe it will happen in Bangladesh. And I think IT outsourcing share will be #2 in the world. Same like in garments industry. China is #1, but Bangladesh, we becomes #2. I can say after 10 years, of course, India, they are big and they have a lot of engineers, so it will be very difficult for us to beat them. But I can say we can be #1 within 10 years after India. This is BJIT Group growth, and from I believe, I also make some plan like this. I think 2023, we can grow 5,000 employee, and 10 years, BJIT, you can grow like 30,000 engineer company. Same things I'm expecting from our other company. I hope that this kind of opportunity we have, if we take it seriously, we have opportunity to do that. This is a news I'm sharing. January, Minister Motegi, he is Minister of the, Economic Planner, visited Bangladesh, meet with our Prime Minister, and he announced that Japan is ready to support Bangladesh IT. That time, Minister also visited some company, BJIT was one of them. I believe Japan also ready to support us. Now it's time, if we can prepare ourselves and we can work with Japan more closely, we have a great opportunity to catch more projects from Japan, and we can reach to our goal, like within 10 years, $20 billion IT market. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. JM Akbar, founder of BJIT Group. It was quite good and detailed presentation, and some nice information was there. And thank you again. So I think we know about this friendship of Bangladesh and Japan. Always we used to say, tell that Bangladesh and Japan is a good friend. Nowadays we are saying Japan and Bangladesh is a best friend. You know, so this is the friendship actually. The name is JETRO is providing always this type of support to government and to corporate. It is separately. So JETRO is introducing Bangladesh market by JETRO point of view, and the contents of the support from JETRO Dhaka when Japanese companies are coming to Bangladesh and Bangladesh market. So right now we are requesting this country representative of JETRO, Arai-san. Arai-san is here with us and his nice presentation. Please, Arai-san.
Thank you, Chairman. And distinguished guests, very good afternoon. My name is Alai from Jetro Dhaka. And today I explain some comprehensive Bangladesh business climate in the point of view from Japanese investors. 日本のお客様はですね、同じスライドの日本語版をすでに配布させ、まだしてない、失礼しました。配布をしていたことになっていますので、また後で見ていただければと思います。ちょっと時間が限られてますので、パーッとお話しします。So, I think many of Japanese is the very first time to come to Bangladesh over the very few times, and for Bangladesh people, I think is something fresh, kind of fresh information that to see your own country. And about the GDP growth, very stable for these 10 years, and no negative impact, even no negative impact by financial crisis of 2007 and 2008. And that is because of the, no connectivity of, to the Southeast Asia. And you can see the very also stable compared to other Asian countries. The blue thick line is the Bangladesh GDP growth. And the factor of those rising economy is supported by, say some example. One is the foreign exchange reserve, as the sufficient foreign exchange reserve over 33 billion US dollar, and even current account turns to deficit. It keeps remains. And as for the export, over 80% still rely on the RMG, ready-made garment, but it is increasing due to the relocating production from China. And this is the main, one of the main brand that provide from Bangladesh, and one of the very famous brand, Uniqlo, to Japan. And Japan really jealous this graph that Bangladesh now enjoying demographic dividend, and the average age is only 23 years old and very young country. But I need to mention that abundant labor force doesn't mean that abundant skilled labors. And another factor for the rising economy is supporting the remittance by overseas employees. And now is something decline, but 60% from Middle East. And as for the Asia, 10% is shared by Malaysia. And according to the rising economy, national income is soaring dramatically. And by 2021, it is the 50th anniversary of Bangladesh, and same as my age, and accomplish the digital Bangladesh. And for the consumer market, and modern trade is appearing gradually, still over 90% shared by the trading, traditional trading. But there are some very modern, supermarket in the city. And for the upper class, can get anything at hyper store. And to tell the truth that for me, this is my second assignment in Bangladesh, and I was here 20 years ago, and in 20 years ago, I never imagined that kind of the supermarket appears. And so now the trend of the Japanese companies is very steadily increasing, and now we counted around 280 Japanese companies locating in Bangladesh. And very in detail. And the reason that why the Japanese companies chooses Bangladesh is Bangladesh still enjoy the competitiveness of low cost. And you can see that Bangladesh is the lowest one. For example, the manufacturing worker is only $109 per month. And even annually, Bangladesh is the lowest one. And over 70% of Japanese companies expect their expansion in the next 1 to 2 years, and they expect the future more rising. And almost this is the employment of the local employment, and almost 50% of Japanese companies has expanded or will expand their local employment. And this is a recent trend which JETRO got inquiries from Japanese companies since we received almost 950 Japanese businessmen, not only from Japan, but also from like Singapore and Thailand and other countries, the third countries. And we categorize recent inquiry in 3 sectors. And one is according to the big ODA project, and also the local enterprises increase their capital investment. So there are planned equipment and industrial machinery companies comes to Bangladesh. And another one is steel and more apparel or textile related companies comes to Bangladesh, especially these 1 years. And this is related to this session, and BJIT contributes a lot that lack of human resources in Japan, and lots of IT-related companies comes to Bangladesh for the offshore development, and also research the IT human resources. And we selected some potential sectors for the Japanese investors. That one is processed food and another consumer goods. And which leads to this slides that the left one is the high priority sectors designated by the Bangladesh government. And according to the Bangladesh government's requirement, we select some potential sectors in a point of view from Japanese companies. And number one is the processed food. And this is not for export, for the domestic market. And the next one is ICT, definitely for the human resource export to Japan, which BJIT contributes a lot. And third one is light engineering, and this is not for the domestic market and even not for the export. And we think that the human resources for Japan and safe scenario of ICT. And added to that, the consumer goods is has a big potential. And about IT, and Akbar-san mentioned very in detail, so I skip it. But I have to mention about this slide that there are over 500,000 freelance in Bangladesh. And they occupy 60% of gig economy in the world, and next to India. On the other hand, and the IT infrastructure is still on the journey. And it means that Bangladesh has potential to grow more and more. And ranked, you can see, ranked now is 148 position. And from here, I need to mention about the risk to operate the business in Bangladesh. And figures will not tell lies. And maybe many Bangladesh are very familiar with these figures. And we assess the bottleneck for doing business in Bangladesh in these 4 categories. One is lack of infrastructure and weakness of governance and compliance. And the taxation system, almost the Japanese companies suffer from those taxation system in Bangladesh. And very fortunately, a lack of skilled workforce apart from the IT sectors. And this is a data by the Japanese companies that are located in Bangladesh. And this is the data what the average days required from the arrival of the freight at the airport or the seaport. And the left one is the seaport. After the arrival of the cargo, it requires almost 16 days, one of the worst in Asia. And about the air freight in Dhaka airport, this is unfortunately the worst one. It takes almost 8 days. 8 days by air freight is not the air freight. And you see, this is the picture which I took at the Dhaka airport. And say from June, the water season starts. And so you see there is no roof and water damage and lost baggage is very, very common for the air freight. And this is very familiar with you. And today is also like this. Maybe tomorrow also. And this is over 26% of Japanese companies recognize and realize that import clearance procedures getting worse. And this is a graph for the Japanese companies operating in Bangladesh, and the management deeply concerns about the difficulty in quality control, quality of employees, time-consuming custom procedures, and recently the increased wages. And this is the last slide that, as I say that, as I mentioned that, especially for the food processed sectors and also the consumer items, there is a huge market in Bangladesh, but actually for the Japanese manufacturers hesitate to penetrate into Bangladesh because of the too high import tariff. Say this is the example like a diaper, the import tariff is 130%. And like you see the energy drink, have you seen the Pocari Sweat? Pocari Sweat by Otsuka Pharmaceutical is very common in Japan, is 300% of the import duty. And say, for example, I explain about the diaper compared to Pakistan. The market size of Pakistan is about 20 billion taka. And on the other hand, the Bangladesh market is Pakistan's market size is 20 billion taka. But Bangladesh size is 5 billion taka, means 1/4. And you can see that the population is almost same. And but why so big difference is that the custom duty, not only the custom duty, the import tariff in Pakistan is only 30%. So now in Pakistan, the leading manufacturers like P&G and Unicharm and so on start to manufacture in Pakistan. And say set up the factory means the employees saw lots of employment, and also in the future tries to export especially to the Middle East or Africa and so on. So I can say, I want to say that Bangladesh needs to compete with those kinds of countries. And definitely without, with these kinds of the policy, no manufacturers, let's say, like to enter in the Bangladesh market. So now, sorry, always I take a nap in this time and there's a alarm. And always, and now we are negotiating with the Ministry of Industry and also Prime Minister's Office about these things. So definitely there's a huge potential in Bangladesh, but anything may happen in Bangladesh as well. And I'd like to say that JICA welcomes all of the Japanese company and try to support. But please understand that there is so many times that that is not what we talked. But in the future, I hope that there is not happen like this. But anyway, so a very interesting market and emerging market, and it's very high potential. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Arai-san. It was really very, very rich presentation we have seen. A lot of information was there, huge homework, I understand. And this is a lot of thing to learn from there also, you know. We saw that till the traffic, you mentioned, the shipping, the total time duration, even the flight. If we compare with this zone, it's still in Bangladesh, you know, it's a big difference. We are taking too long time. So there is a lot of things that we need to concern, and we need to immediately take some, from not our level, actually, from more top position, we need to make the better solution to convince our client and Japanese people for the better business. So thank you, Arai-san, again. Now I would like to request Akashi-san. So Yoshihiro Akashi worked at T-Zone long time ago, started his journey at Ado Electronics Corporation Limited, and then became a director of Labros Corporation Limited. After that, actually he engaged in founding BJIT with founder JM Akbar in long time ago, 2001. He is now director and CEO of BJIT Inc. Japan. Mr. Akashi knows very well about Japan and Bangladesh market. He knows our engineers' weak and strong point, as long time he is working with us. And also, he knows our capabilities and quality. So last 18 years, he is working hard to introduce Bangladesh IT sector in Japan market, as well with JM Akbar. Please welcome Mr. Akashi.
Minasan, konnichiwa. Good afternoon. My name is Akashi of BJIT Japan. So thank you very much for giving me valuable opportunity to speak here. And special thanks to BJIT to organize this nice seminar, and also special thanks to Jetro Arai-san. He supported to organize this nice seminar as a co-organizer. Thank you very much. And also, I'd like to say thanks to all of Japanese people who are coming from Japan. So thank you very much for coming this time. So from my side, I would like to explain some experience with BJIT for the Japanese market for 18 years. And I will talk about some of know-how that is essential for doing business with Japan. And first of all, I will briefly talk about history of BJIT. BJIT established an offshore development center in Dhaka 2001 and BJIT Japan in 2004. Soon after that, soon after that, we hired Japanese language instructor and started teaching Japanese language to BJIT employees. And these efforts are especially important in business with Japan. Not only mere language, but also business culture in thought. In 2014, we established BJIT Academy and launched the educational school that teaches Japanese language and Japanese know-how, technical know-how required for Japanese projects. BJIT has been teaching Japanese to more than 500 engineers in the past 15 years and has provided more than 200 engineers with opportunities to work in Japan. Among them, there are over 100 engineers at N2 and N3 level. Currently, 600 engineers in Bangladesh and Japan work globally as a BJIT employees. Now we are involving system development projects for the latest technologies, such as like IoT and AI, as well as web mobile and enterprise for many major Japanese companies: Sony, Toshiba, Rakuten, SourceNext, Panasonic, one of them. BJIT have learned a lot of business know-how from those global companies. These are three important keywords that BJIT has experienced in business with Japan so far. Some of keywords Mr. Akbar already explained, but I would like to explain in this slide. It is very much simple keyword. It does not include the technical ability because it is natural to have the technical ability. First one is Japanese business culture, and second one is Japanese language, and third one is to respect duties and humanity. And first keyword, Japanese culture, is important to learn and understand Japanese business culture more than technical and language skills. The most important item is politeness. Politeness means keeping promise, punctual time, don't lie, don't make excuse, especially the sense of thinking for time. Punctuality has been educated since childhood, so frustrating someone who break even a small promise once. Next is the way of the thinking about quality of Japanese people. Japanese always aim for 100% quality, not like 99%. Japanese companies always will do their best for the remaining 1% quality. This is very much important thinking, but they do not have the idea making a compromise. So although this idea may be unique to Japan rather than the global standard, but many Japanese companies have such quality control. Emphasis on quality rather than speed. If you don't learn and understand this way of the thinking, you cannot continue the Japanese project for a long time. And learning usual job communication, basically Japanese people are shy and they does not express negative things clearly against others. Japanese people are not good at the pointing out the bad part of the others. Conversely, they immediately say compliments. Even if there is a frustration about engineer skill and performance, they say good, good, and okay, okay, something like this. So it will fail if you receive this as a true meaning. It is important to understand those Japanese customs and characters. The second keyword is the Japanese language. Unfortunately, many Japanese are not good at English. Of course, there are many global companies that have English as their official language, such as Rakuten, who will speak in the next. For first language barrier issue, there are two solutions. One is recruitment and engineer and staff who can speak Japanese. The other is to make use of the translation machine, which is called Pocket Talk. The next speaker, Ms. Matsuda, of Executive Vice President of SourceNext, will introduce it. Regarding first one, you can easily hire a Japanese skilled engineer at BJIT, Japanese language school, which is conducted by JICA. However, I think you cannot imagine how much Japanese language will be acquired in 3 months. So today, I would like to introduce an engineer who has graduated from BJIT and become employee of BJIT Japan from now on. His name is Mahbub Zaman. Please come here. じゃあ、セルフイントロダクションを日本語でお願いします。He learned 3 months in BJIT school. So please.
こんにちは。はじめまして。私の名前はマブです。去年、ジャハンギーナゴル大学を卒業しました。それから日本の交換プログラムに参加しました。そこで日本の文化や仕事の仕方にとても感動しました。ですから日本で生きたいと思いました。私は後でBJITに参加して日本語を勉強しました。日本語のほかに ICT やビジネスマナーも勉強しました。そして BJIT ジャパンから内定をもらいました。4月から日本の東京で探して東京で働きます。とても楽しみです。よろしくお願いします。
Thank you very much. 日本語は難しいですか？
ちょっと難しいです。でもとても楽しいです。
Okay, thank you very much. ありがとう。Thank you. He just learned only 3 months. So we can provide this kind of talented engineer who has good Japanese skill. So please hire from BJIT. So this is my message. So okay. And third keyword is to respect duties and humanities. Japanese people has long respected the word duties and humanities. In Japanese called giri ninjo. It is like a sense of affection. So this word is a little bit difficult to express, but the dictionary says it is a society and culture-based customs and social norms for maintaining dense human relationship and social relationship in Japan. Here is an example case. There was a big earthquake on March 11, 2011 in the Tohoku region of Japan. The tsunami killed more than 20,000 people and destroyed the nuclear power plant, causing significant damage to Japan. At this time, 5 engineers of BJIT worked at the major global company in Japan. Also, many foreigners, such as Chinese, Indian, and European people worked with the company together. However, most foreigners, other than BJIT Bangladesh employees, returned to the country the day after the earthquake. The remaining Bangladeshi engineers supported the Japanese staff of this company and continue working together. This was a great deal for winning great trust, and then the project became a big project with over 30 people, and business succeeded and still continued. The Japanese people knew that people in Bangladesh are very sincere, and they had Giri Ninjo. It is very much important sense to work together in Japan. This is called Giri Ninjo in Japan. So finally, I think that the industry of Bangladesh is turning point that is making a big leap. Thanks to the active effort of the Bangladesh and Japan government, I think many more talented engineers will be forced in the future. And Japan is in trouble because of constantly lacking of engineers. This each demand and supply has great business opportunities. However, in Japan, the visibility of IT potential of Bangladesh is not still enough. So I believe that promoting Bangladesh to Japan while cooperating with you here will definitely lead to the development of the both Bangladesh and Japan. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. Akashi-san is a huge information. Actually, it's a very important information was there. So just on from our experience, we can share that how Japanese people mindset and how we need to adjust with that. For example, something they ordered to do us, and we have done this. And finally, while we are providing this, and it's very, very bad. I mean, it's not that much beautiful. In our sense, Bangladeshi or American point of view, we can say, this is bad. We don't like it. And Japanese own people can answer that. The answer will be, it could be more beautiful. You know, it's very, very indirect. I mean, there is no direct message that this is worst, this is bad, or I don't like it. So this is a very, very rare case that they are saying this type of message. So very positively, some negative message. So we need to understand this type of mindset when we are going to work with them. So Akashi-san, thank you very much. The content and information presentation was really nice. I think our audience will enjoy it and they will learn a lot of things. Now, let's talk about Rakuten. You know, in Bangladesh or our general people till I know young generation and a lot of people know Rakuten, and Rakuten is they know Rakuten is a sponsor of Barcelona. So this is the message that a lot of people, our young generation know. That actually, we know from IT point of view, this is a leader of IT sector, and IT sector, they are all renowned company in IT, and they are the leader of the technology. So 15,000 of employees over there listed at the first section of the Tokyo Stock Exchange, around 2,000 million of USD capital. This is very shortly what we can say about them. Let's welcome Procurement Manager of System Outsourcing, Mr. Yasumasa Wada-san. Please.
Thank you for introduction and thank you for having a time. So I'm Yasumasa from Rakuten. Rakuten is one of the IT company of Japan. As Akashi-san mentioned, Japanese people shy, and so we don't have enough English skills. So I prepare the checking paper, but so I try to don't use without use. So thank you. Please allow me if there, it is some hard to hear. So okay, so in this session, let me talk about the company overview and the business introduction of Rakuten, including the expansion for outsourcing of Bangladesh. At first, so let me introduce myself. I'm in charge of system procurement of whole Rakuten group. I joined the Rakuten at 2007. When it comes to say procurement, at 10 years ago in Japan, the main product we handle is hardware, software, network environment, and so forth. And the main mission is only get a discount. So when we use outsourcing, the purpose is only for get a discount. But the situation was changed. Recently, the main proposal, main product we handle is SaaS and outsourcing, including the Japan domestic and overseas. And the main mission is not only get a discount, but also make the good relationship and keep the enough resource and survey the solution and the candidate like you, Bangladesh, in the outsourcing industry. In fact, so Rakuten continue to use offshore outsource as China, India, Vietnam, Philippines. Also, 3 years ago, so we continue to use Bangladesh. Yes, so in my understanding, so for Rakuten, so outsourcing of Bangladesh is well and helpful for Rakuten. Regarding the detail, let me talk later. And so regarding the Bangladesh outsourcing, Bangladesh is one of the next generation outsourcing potential in my understanding. I have been interested in Bangladesh from 3 or 4 years ago, and I wanted to visit. So I'm glad I come here today. Okay, from here, overview of Rakuten Group. The aim of company is global innovation company. Mission statement is contribute to society by creating value through innovation and entrepreneurship. As you mentioned, so there is a word of innovation in both. The innovation is important word for Rakuten. So as a result, the Rakuten, So Rakuten's history of innovation is here. So one is integration, e-commerce and fintech. And the second is introduce the loyalty program as the first case of internet company globally. And the other hand, that is a different point of view. The Rakuten's public language become English from Japanese, even Japanese company. The reason is get the latest information from as soon as possible from globally and recruiting the best talent globally. Recently, in this year, some of BJIT members changed the employee of BJIT to Rakuten employee. So this is BJIT have a license of Japan, the people introduction license. As a result, so we are much helpful. And so each change, so especially technology member, a lot of member is non-Japanese. Question here, please consider how many services Rakuten provide for globally. And the second is how much is the point Rakuten provide for each year per year, provides each customer per year. The answer is here. Totally, Rakuten provides over 7 services: e-commerce, travel, bank, insurance, card, security, and so forth. And Rakuten totally provides 2 billion USD point to each customer. Rakuten using these a lot of service and a lot of point. Rakuten make Rakuten Keizai-ken in Japanese, Rakuten ecosystem, like here. As you mentioned, so brand and membership and debt as a center, and a lot of services collaborate, and we provide a service to each customer. This is one of a strong and important point Rakuten structure. And this is a company basic profile. Rakuten established 1997. Under the timing of starting time, the employee number is only 6, and the business model is only e-commerce. But after 20 years later, the future, the number is increased. The current total employee is over 15,000, and the business coverage is much expansion as here. And as I mentioned, Rakuten changed the public language to English. For that, all employees continue to study English and take TOEIC. As a result, the average TOEIC score from 500 to over 800. In fact, for me, at the first timing, my TOEIC score is less than 300. But recently, of course, so over 800. And so Rakuten focus on the brand and the corporate value. So for that, Rakuten acquires the Rakuten Golden Eagles, which is one of the Rakuten pro baseball team, and it boosted brand. Recently, as additional, Rakuten have a sponsorship with FC Barcelona, and sorry, someone. Please take a picture. And in parallel, so we have a sponsorship with Golden State Warriors, which is one of the NBA team. Not only that, but also Rakuten have an alliance with Vissel Kobe, which is one of the pro soccer team in Japan, and Rakuten Open, which is the biggest tennis tournament in Japan, and Tokyo Philharmonic Orchestra. So it is for boosted Rakuten brand. As a result, so Rakuten marketing ranking is here in internet industry. And fortunately, Rakuten have a leading position in Japan at some industry, e-commerce, online banking, credit card, online banking, and so forth. This is a Rakuten business portfolio. Really, sorry, so small character. So as you mentioned, so Rakuten continue to release a new service and M&A to expansion the Rakuten and raise the customer satisfaction. And also, one of the service, Rakuten e-commerce GMS is continue to growth up 10 to 20% year on year. And the Rakuten Global Membership ID become over 1 billion member ID. This is current focus area. At ID point brand, big data as a center, and we have a 3-pillar strategy, e-commerce, fintech, communication. Especially regarding communication, Rakuten will release the MNO service in Japan this October. Based on the 5G strategy, it is a big challenge for Rakuten. And so this is a summary which I talk now. This is a BG document. But recently, so we additional as a sponsor, Spartan race. So someone who are interested will know, I don't know. So, but so I don't try to Spartan race. Okay, so from here, I want to focus on a technology division, which is engineer belong to. Technology division, the mission and strategy is empower Rakuten through agility, data, and innovation. And the lineup of technology division is here. The unique point is, as I mentioned, the over 15% engineer is from overseas, which means don't speak Japanese. So, especially so engineer, 5% cannot Japanese. But so so if in meeting, so the person who cannot speak English, speak Japanese. So even internal meeting, we have to discuss with in English. And this is the engineer location. As you mentioned, so there is a lot of development center, totally 10 development locations in 7 countries. The biggest one is, of course, Tokyo, but the second one is India, Bangalore. So sometimes, so Japanese member, for Japanese member, it is difficult to communicate with India, Bangladesh member. So then, so when I ask to the outsource to Bangladesh member, so each official member may contact and discuss with the India Bangalore member. But in such case, so in my expectation, so outsource of Bangladesh member don't have any problem. And this is a system procurement transaction trend. I'm sorry, so at the viewpoint of information security, the actual value, I hide the actual value, but so when you check the trend, so of course the total spend is increased, but so in parallel outsourcing spend is also increased, and the ratio of outsourcing was much increased from 25% to 45% for this 5 years. And in parallel, the offshore outsourcing spend money is also much increased, more than 3 times for this 5 years. In this situation is one of the reasons I interested in Bangladesh outsourcing. Finally, I focus on the problem and the target of technology division. Maybe not only Rakuten, but also some of content was same for Japan. The other problem target of Rakuten, shortage of resource and save the cost and communication with English and high quality and hospitality. ホスピタリティ is other word, おもてなし。For that, so outsourcing of Bangladesh have some solution and some potential in my expectation. So, for example, enough resource and have a young age power, younger generation power, and a cheaper outsourcing fee compared with Japanese or other country, and the #1 TOEIC score, Akbar-san and Akashi-san mentioned, and familiar with familiar with Japan. So this is each information is my expectation for Bangladesh. So this time it is first time for visit to the Bangladesh. So in this visit, I get more information regarding the Bangladesh. So if you have any good information or opinion, please let me know. Thank you for hearing.
Thank you very much, Rakuten-san. It was a quite good speech, and I think we enjoyed it very much. There is a lot of things to learn from you and your speech. So, you know, SourceNext is the #1 software publisher in Japan for last 14 years, building on over 22 years of experience in Japan and successfully selling 924 products in Japan and USA market. SourceNext have shipped over 45 million units of software products through different sales channels like eShop, retail, and carrier app. So SourceNext are listed at the first section of the Tokyo Stock Exchange. Today's honorable guest, Ms. Shannon, is here with us. She is co-founder and executive vice president of SourceNext Incorporation for last 22 years. Please welcome Ms. Shannon.
Hello, everybody. I'm Shannon, co-founder and representative and vice president of SourceNext Corporation. And our company set up 23 years ago and listed Tokyo Stock Exchange first section after 10 years. And our main business for these 20 years was software. And maybe you may know Dropbox. Dropbox, okay, and Rosetta Stone, and maybe Corel. This software is, this software is just, we buy some rights from licensor and translate and localize into Japanese market and just sell in all over the Japan, not only our website, but also, the many retail stores. And other software like biosecurity and this one, PDF software. This one is developed in India, and we sell this product for more than, I think, 15 years. And that's, PDF software is developed here in Bangladesh by BJIT and sold very well in Japan market. So that's our business model. And recently, not this one. We developed this small little device. This is translation device and called Pocket Talk. And today, I'd like to introduce this little girl and communicate with her. This is very good. She can, translate 74 languages from, for example, from English to Japanese, and Japanese to Korean, Korean to Chinese, Chinese to, whatever. And also, we have, international SIM card inside. So we can use this, device without Wi-Fi in 109 countries. This is very great. And, okay, let me try. Just a moment. I need to order. おはようございます。おはようございます。
Good morning.
So sometimes, it takes time because she was sleeping, Anyway, let me try something. 皆さん、こんにちは。本日はこのような機会を頂戴いたしまして誠にありがとうございます。私はソースネクスト株式会社の松田聡美と申します。Are you still sleeping?
Thank you very much for taking this opportunity today, and my name is Yasuhiro Matsuda of SourceNext Co. Limited.
Okay, so this device is very good because longer sentence works. So, such as today I get up at 9 o'clock and went to eat something somewhere and something like this. So very clever, and this is the important part. This Pocket Talk app part is also developed here in Bangladesh by BJIT. So, still this device has lots of, works to be done. But imagine you guys go to, unknown country such as China or any other area like Spain, and you cannot understand local language at all, and nobody speaks English, like in Japan. So this small device will be very helpful, and especially in the emergency case, if you have something like this very work, or in Japan. We have lots of foreign people traveling from China and Korea and other areas to this Japan, but it's very hard for shop people who has to sell something. They foreigners want to buy many things, and shops like Tiffany, Bulgari wants to sell many things. So. In Japan, lots of great shops like Tiffany or Bulgari or Shiseido introduced this product as a translator, and this completely work. Okay, so this is what I can introduce today, and thank you for listening. If you are very interested in this little device Pocket Talk, BJIT introduce you at the booth. Somewhere, right? Yes. So, thank you for listening.
Shannon-san, thank you very much. It was very nice demonstration, and again, big hand for her, I think. So almost we are last end. Actually, we are waiting till for the representative from JICA, but unfortunately, till the road situation is not good, just we have communicated. He is on the way and maybe cannot come on the time. At the same time, actually, we are requesting here, early also have communicated, on the person who is long time and very closely working, trying his best to focus Japan market in Bangladesh. He was the first convener of Japan focus group, part of BASIS. He's working managing director of DataSoft, Mahbub Zaman. Please welcome Mahbub Zaman, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Actually, this is the second day of our SoftExpo, and SoftExpo is the largest IT event in Bangladesh, organized by BASIS, Bangladesh Association for Software and Information Services. And this second day is declared as Japan Day. And we are very delighted to welcome 21 companies from Japan, and also representative from JETRO, JICA, and other development organizations. And also we have with us the ex-ambassador in Bangladesh from Japan, and also the president of Japan Bangladesh Society. He is here. Maybe he will speak after me. Welcome to Bangladesh. Actually, exploring Japan we started long back, because we all know, everyone here, we know that Japan is the largest single country development partners of Bangladesh since our independence. That means from 1971 till today, Japan is the largest development partners. And in this age of fourth industrial revolution, we feel that Bangladesh can contribute a lot and can complement to grow with the fourth industrial revolution requirement. Because historically and realistically, the population pattern of Bangladesh and the population pattern of Japan is just reverse. And this is an unique opportunity where Bangladesh can contribute their skills and labor. I appreciate very much from Arai-san that abundant labor does not mean that abundant skills. So if we can turn this abundant labor force into skills, that will be a blessing for Bangladesh as well as for Japan. And we think that in the fourth industrial revolution, world is flat now. Actually, if we can contribute properly to Japan economy and we can associate ourselves with the Japan economy, I think that the total economy of Bangladesh will be totally changed. We know that Bangladesh is in the era of demographic dividend, where from today, from 2015 to 2045, we are in the age of demographic dividend, and Arai-san also presented like that. But if we do not start now, then what happened in 70s? In 70s, there were two countries in the demographic dividend, South Korea and Nigeria. South Korea ripped that off, and we know that they are successful. But unfortunately, Nigeria could not. And that is why still now they are suffering. So we don't want the same fate for Bangladesh. So that is why actually I think that this partnership, this fellow feelings of Japanese and Bangladesh, actually we had the whole day, we had several sessions. And after this session, we have another session for IT passers celebration. You will be delighted to know that more than 250 passers they will be celebrating at 5 o'clock after this session, and they will be organizing also a cultural function. It will be organized by the Japanese residing in Bangladesh. And the day long today, we had tea ceremony, we had manga comic corner, we had Bangla books written about Japan, we had Japanese book written written about Bangladesh, we had the autobiography of father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, translated into Japanese language. So this is also all these feelings which matters in business. So I don't want to go long. Actually, I think that BJIT is a pioneer company in Bangladesh, Japan IT initiative, and they have organized not only this event. Actually, their growth is phenomenal. Actually, I have seen the slides that from 40, 50 to 600 now. It's a phenomenal, and we always from DataSoft and BJIT, we work together. Actually, we have started our office from 2016, and the big flower bouquet, it was not only bouquet, it was a flower plant, and it was presented by JM Akbar from BJIT to DataSoft office. So we have our office in Kudanshita. We are focusing on IoT, Internet of Things. And actually, I understand that at the moment, we feel that if we focus on AI, IoT, AR, VR, mixed technology, blockchain, then we can comply with the requirement of Japan market. So that is why in the last session, when there was a session for build your career for Japan, we were stressing up that how we can collaborate institutional training and institutional pilot projects and projects through AI institutes in Japan and Bangladesh industry. Actually, we will have to go very practical, with a very practical approach and realistic approach, and we are heading towards that. Again, I welcome all of you in Bangladesh. Although you are facing a bit bitter situation regarding one road accident and blockade and all these things, traffic is bad, very bad in Bangladesh, but you know that it has a positive thing also. I just share an experience from the World Bank chief economist, Kaushik Bosu. He visited Bangladesh in 2015. And incidentally, his flight was in the midnight. So he came by maybe Pacific Dragon or some flight. And at the midnight, he faced with the traffic in airport area. And he was supposed to be in the Pan Pacific Hotel. I don't know, maybe you were familiar with Pan Pacific. That is in the city, heart of the city, and in the heart of the wholesale market. It is called Karan Bazaar, this market. And he was stuck there for around 1 hour because lot of trucks were coming with fish, with vegetable and everything. And then he wrote, the next day, it was a Bangladesh Economic Association's conference. He told that the city, which is facing traffic jam at midnight and stuck in the market with all this truck and wholesale market for 1 hour at 2 a.m. in the morning, this is a vibrant economy. So now we understand that Bangladesh is the second largest growth economy in the world, and actually the GDP is consistently growing and fastest growing economy we are holding. So from the negative side, we find the positiveness, but this we do not think that this traffic jam we endorse. For traffic jam, actually, few companies who are here, we are working together that whether we can mitigate this traffic jam, and there is also some projects funded by JICA also. I think that somehow we'll be going hand in hand and we'll be overcoming all the obstacles in the road to development. We are at the verge of takeoff, and I think that this fastest growing economy of Bangladesh will welcome all of you to invest here, do partnership, and collaborate each other. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mahbub Zaman, MD of DataSoft. Nice speech, a lot of information up there. So actually, we are almost in last stage. Now, our last speaker will be Horiguchi-san, ex-ambassador in Bangladesh, president of Japan-Bangladesh Society. And then I would like to request our senior vice president of BASIS, she will close the event. Please, Horiguchi-san, ex-ambassador in Bangladesh.
Well, good afternoon. Well, this morning I was given the opportunity by Mr. Zaman to say about how do I feel the development of Bangladesh, and I explained. Well, I make it a rule to come or to visit this country every 2 years, and every time I came here, I was very much impressed by very rapid development. I could see all parts of Bangladesh. You could feel the differences from, say, several years ago. So I could feel how do I say, the seriousness, hardworking of Bangladesh people toward development. It seemed that they're determined to improve their life, the quality of their life in the future, and everyone is so serious in improving their life and the way they're working, for attaining the rich or developed Bangladesh. So, and I've been observing the various, programs in this afternoon, and I was strengthened my conviction, the seriousness, eagerness of Bangladesh people toward that development. And very fortunate that we could help the Bangladesh government and its people, or toward better future. And well, some people may say it took many years to see the present situation, but well, it depends. Well, especially in the past, I'm afraid that political disturbances prevented that smooth development of this country. But once you have clear that problem, I don't know whether that ways are appropriate or not. But once you set aside this problem, then we could see such a wonderful development. So I do hope the Bangladesh people, especially younger generation, and in the field of this, today's, program, I do expect the younger generation of Bangladesh to develop further and attain the rich and beautiful future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Horiguchi-san. We are almost in last part. Actually, we are going to close the ceremony. I would like to request our Senior Vice President, Farhana Madam, to come here and close the ceremony. Senior Vice President of BASIS.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm sure you have enjoyed and also enlightened from this seminar today. First of all, I would like to welcome the Japanese company who are here today. And I am involved with BASIS for last 12 years, but for the very first time, I have seen this number of Japanese IT company actually visited any of the SoftExpo, and I must say this is a historical day for BASIS SoftExpo and also for Bangladesh. We are really grateful and we are very happy that you have come, because in Bangladesh, IT industry is working and it's not very visible to the globe. It's the domestic vibration is there, but we are not that visible outside Bangladesh. So for that reason, we used to arrange this kind of activity, and SoftExpo is one of our flagship event, so that we can showcase ourselves, we can showcase our capability, our company's capability. In this event, when a country have taken this kind of initiative, that is, I really appreciate that initiative. And you have also, most of the company, you have also participated in the B2B matchmaking. I think you will get some information, some idea about our companies and where actually they are standing at the moment, and you can get the vibration inside the industry. They're saying that seeing is believing. So I'm grateful to each of you who have traveled to Bangladesh and attend this fair. Our past president, Mr. Mahbub Zaman, already said most of the thing, so I don't want to get into that. But actually, this seminar was a very was planned as a very high-profile seminar. Our minister wanted to attend it, but as you know, there are some blockage in the road, so that he couldn't attend. But still, we have many of our companies are here. So this seminar actually benefited the industry. We want to arrange this kind of thing in Bangladesh and also in Japan, because we last 5 years, I think, 5 years, BASIS used to attend Japan IT Week. And this time, actually, we got a delegation from Japan. So this kind of exchange is required, as both of the country is interested to doing business to each other. So I really appreciate your effort. And today, actually, we wanted to open BASIS Japan desk. Why we have planned it? Because as we are trying to collaborate, we are trying to work with Japanese companies. So we think we need some contact point where who can give information to the Japanese company, or the Japanese can send their requirement to some point we need to fix a contact point and who is very familiar to Japan, because we have cultural differences, we have many differences. Actually, these are two countries. So considering those facts, we actually want to open a Japan desk in basis so that we can communicate with the Japanese company and we can connect to the relevant Bangladeshi company. But today I think we are not opening it, but of course we will do it maybe tomorrow. But I want you to know that we are already in that thought process, that we will create that environment so that the barrier you are facing at the moment to communicate with the Bangladeshi company, which can be more easier. So this kind of process is already on, and our government is very positive about Japan. So I think we are coming in May, next May, for Japan IT Week. I think more than 30 companies are participating this time. So maybe that time we will set up the Japan desk, and also we are thinking to set up office, Bangladesh office in Japan. So this kind of communication we want to establish. For today's seminar, I would like to thank BJIT for, as our partner, they put a lot of effort for this seminar, and I'm sure it will bring a positive thing to Bangladesh IT industry and also to the basis member. And with that note, I want to conclude my speech. Thank you.
Can you come here? So I think there is actually 5 crests is here, arranged by SoftExpo Authority and Basis together. I would like to request Farhana A to hand over this crest. So which one is JM Akbar. So Farhana A is providing the crest to a note speaker, JM Akbar, please. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So, Arai-san, please, the crest is from the Basis Authority, and SoftExpo Authority is providing. Arai-san, representing Bangladesh State of JETRO. Big hand for Arai-san. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Arai-san. Thank you very much. Yeah, so requesting is a co-founder of SourceNext, Shannon-san. Shannon-san, please. Please come here. Thank you very much, Shannon-san. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah. It's Wada-san from Rakuten. Wada-san, please. Thank you. Okay, good. last one. Yes, so BJIT INC CEO with good presentation. Akashi-san, please. Akashi-san. Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, that's all. You know, at the same time, I need to mention again and repeat again that 19 companies. This is the first time in any SoftExpo event in Bangladesh history that 19 companies from foreign, from Japan or from somewhere else for any other country. This is the first time 19 companies visiting here to join the SoftExpo. And this is almost arranged by Akashi-san. So I would like to request a big hand for all 19 companies who is participating here. Thank you very much. And we are going to close this. And at the same time, I think we are inviting them, all of you, to go to the next event, right? So, yeah, so Japan tent is nearby walking distance, 2-3 minutes, you can go there. Thank you very much for your joining and participation. Thank you.